Here's why most people never stand out. They copy what already looks safe, and by the time it feels safe, the opportunity's already gone. Today I'm gonna show you how real differentiation actually works with the movie The Big Short. So this movie is about the 2008 financial crash, right? But the lesson isn't about finance. It's about why the people who saw the truth early looked crazy until they were right. So just pay attention to this scene and pay attention to who everyone ignores. And before I press play, let me set the scene for you. This first scene introduces Dr. Michael Burry, okay? He's a hedge fund manager. Believe me when I tell you, this guy doesn't dress the part, he doesn't even act the part, and nobody takes this guy seriously. So check this out.
Where's he go to the bathroom? I already had a breakdown. He's letting the fun tank.
In Dr. Burry's office. No, he actually prefers that you email him. Excuse me.
Hey, Lawrence. We have no confidence in your ability to identify macroeconomic trends.
You flew here to tell me that? Why? Anyone can see that there's a real estate bubble.
Actually, no one can see a bubble. That's what makes it a bubble.
That's dumb, Lawrence. It's always markers. Mortgage fraud was quintupled since 2000, and the average take-home pay is flat, but home prices are soaring. That means the homes are debt, not assets.
So Mike Burry of San Jose, a guy who gets his hair cut at Supercuts and doesn't wear shoes, knows more than Alan Greenspan and Hank Paulson.
Yeah, Dr. Mike Burry, yes, he does.
That's cute. That's cute. Are you being sarcastic with us, Mike?
Lawrence, I don't know how to be sarcastic. I don't know how to be funny. I don't know how to work people. I just know how to read numbers.
How big's your short position right now?
Just 1.3 billion.
And the premiums?
Well, we pay roughly 80 to 90 million each year, which is high, but I was the first to do this trade. Watch, it will pay. I may have been early, but I'm not wrong.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, Mike.
All right, so intense, right? It's a common thing that happens in business and in branding. This is the first differentiation lesson. He doesn't look like everyone else. He doesn't behave like everyone else. Because of that, people dismiss him. When you see the world differently, you will not be validated early. Believe me. This is why most brands never differentiate. They're not wrong. They're just afraid of looking stupid first. Think about all the trends on TikTok or IG. Somebody had to come up with that ridiculous trend first, and once it skyrocketed and provided those vanity metrics that everyone always seems to chase, are in that space tend to follow along because there was already one dummy that tried it first and they see results, so they expect they're gonna get the same results that that person got or that brand got. It's the same concept. So this next scene, it shows what happens when you challenge the consensus, right? Burry calls the banks, or I think he sits down with the banks and he tells them that the system is broken and he wants to do like the swaps. He wants to do credit default swaps. So listen carefully to how they respond. They think that they're gonna capitalize off of his mistake, but clearly in the movie that's not the case. Check this out.
Swaps on mortgage bonds, credit default swap that will pay off if the underlying bond fails.
You want to bet against the housing market?
Why? Those bonds only fail if millions of Americans don't pay their mortgages. That's never happened in history. If you'll excuse me, Dr. Burry, it seems like a foolish investment.
Based on prevailing sentiment, the market, banks, and popular culture, yes, it's a foolish investment, but everyone's wrong.
That's a good one.
This is Wall Street, Dr. Burry. If you offer us free money, we are going to take it.
My one concern is that when the bonds fail, I want to be certain of payment in case of solvency issues with your bank.
Right? So this is differentiation in real life. This is what happens. When you go against the consensus, you won't be debated. You'll just be completely dismissed. And this is where most people fold, because nobody likes to feel dumb or that everyone's against you. When everyone agrees on what works, that's not safety, that's saturation, in my opinion. So this next scene is super important. I love this part. This one, it's super subtle, but the numbers start proving that Burry is right. But no one wants to admit it. And, you know, watch what he does. He sends a letter to locking down the fund, and he's getting sued left and right, but the guy's a quadrillionaire, you know, on paper. So check this out, how he approaches this
Past 2
situation.
years, my insides have felt like they're eating themselves. All the people I respected won't talk to me anymore, except through lawyers. People want an authority to tell them how to value things, but they choose this authority not based on facts or results. They choose it because it seems authoritative and familiar, and I'm not and never have been familiar. So I've come to the sullen realization that I must close down the fund. Sincerely, Michael J. Burry, MD.
So you see, this is the real cost of differentiation. He doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't explain himself into comfort. You know, he protects his position. Differentiation requires conviction before applause. You have to risk it. If you need agreement to move forward, then you're not differentiated. You know, unfortunately, it takes that one person to push the envelope for then others to see, or for others to feel brave enough to follow in those footsteps. And this is exactly how differentiation works in branding. If your content looks like everyone else's, it feels safe, but it also becomes invisible. If your point of view is different, it will feel risky, but it also will feel memorable. And that allows you to stand out in a sea of billion fish. Most people don't fail because they're wrong. And they fail because they quit when it gets uncomfortable. Also, if they don't see results immediately. That's the hard truth. So when you're creating content, try to do what I like to call like the differentiation test. Before you post, ask yourself, this challenge a common belief, right? If not, then for the most part, it's gonna blend in. Would this make the wrong people uncomfortable? If not, then it's too broad. Could I defend this position calmly? Conviction beats volume. That's the reality. So if the answer is no, you're not differentiated. You're just present and getting by. I like to think of being different isn't risky, being forgettable is. That's my kind of my philosophy on that. If you wanted to stand out, then stop trying to be agreed with all the time. Be clear, be consistent. So if you want help building brand that actually differentiates you on purpose, you're willing to take that risk, and you understand and have the expectations that, you know, overnight success is not reality, then that's what, you know, we work on inside of our system. There's no trends, there's no noise, it's just positioning. So appreciate you guys for sticking around for this long. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and shoot me some ideas in the comments so that I know, you know, what movie you guys want me to kind of dissect and see how I can piece those scenes together where I can give you educational moments on branding, sales, and marketing. Till next time, cheers.